match one on this week's AEW. It was -1's birthday celebration match. We had the Dark Order, which was Colt Cabana, Silver and Reynolds versus Hangman Adam Page, versus the Hybrid 2, that's Jack Evans and Angelico, and the Chaos Project, that is Luther and Serpentico. So the show opened with a mini segment, which was really cool, and this mini segment led into the first match. As I said, it was -1's birthday celebration. It was all really cool, as you can see in the image there. The Dark Order came out. Number 10 had -1 on his shoulders, and I mean, it looks like -1 is the new spiritual boss of the Dark Order, and you know, I'd be quite happy with that. I think it would be quite funny that the lead, like, if they actually did this in a storyline, I would be with this, because I think they could pull this off, that the leader of the Dark Order is Brody Lee's son, Brody Jr., who has been brought up and indoctrinated into being the leader of the Dark Order by his late father. I think this could work. There's some people out there that seem to not like fun in wrestling. They seem to think that wrestling can't be fun, and this is just fun, you know? It's wrestling, like everything, like the bumps are real and stuff, but like this is a story, right? And I think that this could tell quite a funny story. It's quite funny, it's heart-wrenching, there's a certain degree of this which hits us all on our heartstrings, because we know what that little kid's been through in the last month. And I think it's brilliant that they're doing such a nice thing for -1. But at the same time, I think this could play well into the, not so much the day-to-day stories and playing into angles, but I mean the lore, like playing into the lore and the long-term storytelling of like AEW. In the lore, it's like, yeah, sure, Uno seems to be like, he's like the supervisor, he's not the boss, he's the supervisor of the Dark Order, but there's always going to be a bigger boss. I mean, it was the Exalted One. Now that the Exalted One's passed, clearly it's been passed to the Exalted One's son, who is the new Exalted One. I'm going on a bit of an Exalted One tangent here, but I like it. So as you can see in the image there, when they came out, they also had a huge birthday cake. It was gigantic. Silver got on the mic, and he's great. I think Silver's great. He's like, did the whole Johnny Hungy, it's somebody's birthday. And he got everyone in the arena to sing happy birthday to Brody Jr., which was great. I loved it. Luther and Serpentico came out to shit on the party and be dicks to Brody, because they don't like Brody Lee Jr., and they are a pair of absolute meanies. There we go. Look at it, it's working. It's working. Chaos Project came out. Luther cut a promo on -1 because -1 said he looked funny on Dark this last week or the week before. I don't know. I didn't see it. I need to watch it. I need to catch up with Dark. I normally wait and watch Dark monthly, which I know sounds stupid, but I mean, I see Dark as just an enjoyable wrestling show. I don't think it's really heavily tied into the stories, although I could be wrong with that. So I tend to watch it in a big block in a month. It takes a whole day, but it's fun, and it gives me something to do on a random Sunday afternoon, where I've got nothing to do. But yeah, this is where the setup for this match happened. But yeah, Brody Jr., said that Luther looked stupid. And Luther has came out to protest. He shouts out at the kid, I have a symmetrical face. I mean, I think he looks weird too. It's 2021. Anyone that looks like Luther in 2021 should be possibly medicated. You know? I mean, it works in wrestling, but imagine you seeing him walking down the street to the shop. You would run the other way. If you seen someone like Luther in the street, you wouldn't be going near him, would you? Hell. So anyway, the Dark Order jump in and they basically jump the Chaos Project. The Hybrid 2 come out, and now they all battle their way to the ring. It was at this point, when the melee reached the ring, that Hangman made his appearance. So everyone's fighting in the ring, and of course it's just it's like the Stone Cold spot. The music hits and Hangman comes running out last of everyone, and he just did this huge jump onto all the heels. It was great. The match quickly gets going. Reynolds and Silver and the Hybrid 2 are in the ring. They get the match going, but the heels, they quickly get the advantage. The match keeps going on until Hangman tags in, and he just takes everyone out with ease. People were flying around in and out of the ring. But amongst the chaos, and I think this is important here, Hangman looked strong as hell. Like, I think the key here is that Hangman looks strong 100% of the time when he's in the ring, but outside of the ring, mentally his head is not in the game as much as his action is in the ring. I think this is an important story element of Hangman. This has been running through the entire AEW since it started, and it's still running here. I mean, you could say that this all started when Hangman lost to Jericho at All In at the very first pay-per-view, and it's all been down there from there. Just since he lost that, he lost his confidence, and it's been steadily going there. But I digress. Hangman, Silver, and Reynolds, they hit this really cool triple team German. Well, actually, no, sorry, this is not the really cool spot. They hit a really funny triple team German suplex. It looked like the person in the middle between Hangman and Silver, I think it was Reynolds, got crushed. It didn't look funny. It looked messy, but it was funny. Luther at one point tried to slam Colt Cabana into the cake on the stage, but -1 managed to distract Luther with a kendo stick. This allowed Colt Cabana to reverse the move, and he face planted Luther into the cake. This was expected from the very start of the episode. Whenever you see a big cake on a table in wrestling, someone's head is going in that cake. And if someone's head doesn't go in that cake, there's something wrong. Someone's not thinking straight. Heads go in cakes. That's like wrestling 101. Like the ref doesn't see things. This is just a thing. This is a thing. People need to get used to it. It was necessary. It was needed. It was awesome. The finish came after the cake spot. Someone, I didn't see who it was. I really should have went back and checked. Got hit with the Silver and Reynolds double team finish sequence. Now, I don't know if this sequence has a name, but it's freaking awesome. It's just like move, 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 move. And except this time, instead of going for the pin, after the last move, Hangman comes flipping in, does the buckshot lariat, gets the pin. It was a great finishing sequence, I thought anyway. I'm a fan of Silver and Reynolds as a tag team anyway. I think they're really good. And that, I'm actually going to send them a message, ask them if it's got a name, because I think if it doesn't have a name, it should have a name. The scintillating sequence, I don't know, that's a shit name. It was good. Post-match, there's the dog. Everyone celebrated the win, except Hangman. He looked, Hangman looked just racked with emotion. Do we have an emotion face? No, we don't. We don't have the close-up, but he looked racked with emotion. Everyone else is happy. As soon as the match, just after the match finishes, -1 cut a promo on Serpentico. Things happened, and then the kid shouts, "It was my birthday was 3 days ago, idiots!" And then he chucked a bundle of papers in Serpentico's face, which, again, it's awesome. That'll never get old. That was one of the funniest Brody spots that there was at the moment, was the papers getting smacked in someone's face. This was good. It'll never get old. Like I say, I would be glad. I think it would be cool if Brody -1 was the Dark Order's spiritual leader, just so he could come out every so often and hit bad guys with papers in the face, because it never gets ruined. It's brilliant. I like it. In the ring, Silver got down on one knee and he asked Hangman if he was going to join the Dark Order. But Hangman says no. He just said he couldn't do it. Now, this is what I expect. This is what we were talking about last week with the Hangman story. I didn't think he was going to join them, because why would he join? If he was to join the Dark Order just now, it'd be like a what's it called? A rebound relationship. He's just doing it. He's got a really bad experience lately with groups, and I think this is going to play in the future down the line. I think it's probably going to come back where Hangman's going to be taken back into a side of the Elite, maybe with the Bucks. I can't see him going on the Kenny Omega side, but I can see him siding with the Bucks. Again, is it a group? Is it not a group? I don't know. Hangman just says that he's done the group thing before. It never ends well, so he can't join them. And he bails, he leaves, and he exits through the heel side, not through the face side, even though it all goes to the same place. Kayfabe, kayfabe, kayfabe. Silver, poor lad, he's just left in the ring. The guy looks devastated. Hangman did not join the Dark Order. He had fun. Now, he said he had fun over the last few weeks, but he felt that they'd put him in this position where he had to say no. Fair enough. Hangman stories This is a long, long, long story arc. As I said, it's been going since the first pay-per-view. It looks like it's going to keep going for whoever knows how long. I think it's a case of just sit back watching it and just enjoy it. You know what I mean? It's very rarely you get this sort of really long-term storytelling in modern wrestling, especially if WWE's all you've watched your life. So you've never seen booking this long, but it does work, and it is really good sometimes, and it will pay off somewhere down the line.